Have you ever wished you could read the patch notes for your own brain? For example, mine could say, added feature, can hyperfocus for 8 straight hours. Known issue. Will somehow lose headphones cord as soon as player leaves vicinity. Welcome to Unaccredited, the podcast where we give each other monthly homework, and the only grades we get are the judgments on our takes. I'm Dalton,
I'm Tommy.
and class is in session.
All right, and that's just a little bit of a call out for the
I
fact
did
that
pivot
we
that at the
took
last second.
just at the very last second. We got ready for recording, and I spent 10 minutes looking for the USB for my wireless headphones, and it was just sitting on my bed. It took 10 minutes. I just didn't look next to my phone. Uh,
Yeah.
Even though I had it in my hand ready. I put it down somewhere and lost it for 10 minutes.
And
Hey,
that's
such
just
is
the
the
known
life of
issues.
ADD.
That's just the known issues for our patch notes.
Node issue. Yeah. Sometimes in a patch note, you got to just say, look, we know this is a problem. We
Yeah.
haven't figured out a solution. That is, boy, do I have a list.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Uh,
a true thought I have sometimes. I've been lucky enough to be fairly successful, all things considered, in life. I'm not a CEO or anything, but I don't also need to be. But I do have moments, both in the good and the bad times. Fighting our destined rival of executive dysfunction. Of sometimes I'm just like, man, how powerful would I be if I wasn't nerfed at launch? Like,
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's just like, it's not only ADD for me. I've got like asthma too.
right?
It's just like all these kinds of things. I think the funniest one for me is I'm allergic to peanut butter,
There you
which
go.
me and my friends just call a weakness.
Yeah,
It's kryptonite. It's literally it
you were
works the
nerfed.
same way.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
nerfed.
it's a
It's
nerf. Yeah, if I
you
ever
you
get
would
too
have been
OP,
unbalanced if you could eat peanut butter. That's just what it is.
yeah, yeah, I'm too powerful. I literally think there's a scene in The Boys where they're fighting someone and they're about to win. Someone else walks up and puts peanuts in their mouth, or I think it's like pistachios.
Yeah,
And they just like roll over on the ground and are like in like shock. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, that would work on me. It's like it doesn't matter how much I'm a super powered ninja. It's like someone makes me eat peanuts. Like that's it.
yep.
It's crazy.
It's the
Same with, if something is, smaller than my thumb, there's no guarantee I'm going to have it on me, even if
yeah,
I'm holding it in my hand.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for the balance patch to come in. I think some of it is, I maybe got nerfed too far, but balance
Yeah.
patches may come.
Oh, please. Please.
But yeah, I guess
Okay.
put your patch notes in the comments. We love our comments. Shout outs to that one dude. I can find his name. It's like Cockroach. Dave the Cockroach. That I'm not sure if it was earnest or not, but said I looked like Mr. Beast. I kind of hope it was
Yeah.
earnest. I do get that a surprising amount of times.
Just being a blonde guy with a beard, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a haircut, but I got Jesus for about like 5 years of my life,
Yeah.
which is a whole different tone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Uh,
You know.
it's just I don't know.
If
You have
viewers and
facial hair, and
sponsors want to treat us like we're Mr. Beast and
yeah,
Jesus though, like I'm not gonna complain, you can come at us with the Mr. Beast numbers.
yeah. Pay us. We want Mr. Beast sponsorships and Jesus tithes. Pay us your
Yeah.
tithes.
Yes.
Uh, every Sunday. Okay. So Dalton, you got a pop quiz for me today?
Yeah, I've got a slam dunk warm up question for you first. What's your least favorite form of water?
What?
I'm not a
I'm
big fan of
thinking
that
of
solid one, that ice stuff. I'm not a big fan of that.
you don't like ice?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, these days I don't like ice much either.
Yeah.
But ice water. Let me think.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was just
let's
my
see.
warm up one. My actual pop quiz for you
Yeah.
is is there any media that you enjoy purely for the vibe? So there's
Oh,
plenty of media that's both good and a good vibe, right? You watch for the vibe, but it's also just good. I think we'll get into it, but maybe Mushishi's in that category, right? Where it's great for the vibe and also just well done. But is there things that, like, if it didn't have the vibe that was here, this would be awful?
Oh man, absolutely. I just gotta think of what.
Yeah, like
Uh, but first thing that comes to mind is like blockbuster movies
yeah,
where it doesn't even matter to me if I like enjoyed the story or anything like that.
yeah,
Best example of that is when I saw the newest like Godzilla versus Kong movie
yeah,
in a 4D theater.
yeah,
And it didn't feel like I was watching a movie. It felt like I was on a Universal roller coaster because it was going up and down, and every time Godzilla would punch the water, we get a splash. And I'm like, this is effectively. I think it's like a red letter media criticism. They say like modern blockbusters are just roller coasters, and I'm like, yeah, treat them like that. You'll have a blast.
yeah. Just
It is
lean
a
into it and
like
yeah, go for it.
yeah, absolutely. I That's a very specific vibe. Vibe is almost not the right word because it's so high energy and high
Yeah,
octane. Or at least that's what they try to rile out of you. And I don't know. I guess that's that's what first came to mind.
yeah.
Uh,
It was a weird
what's
and interesting time where we had Godzilla minus one come out and Godzilla versus Kong pretty much back to back,
mhm.
and they're like the exact opposite vibes. But I was here for both of them.
Yes.
I'm like, sure. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
minus one was my preferred one of the two, but I was still here for both of them.
Yeah, one was a better movie and the other was like just as good a time, you know? It's like that so it's like
Will
yeah,
I
I guess
care to
the
rewatch
Godzilla
Red?
movies is really what it is. I see
Yeah,
giant lizard hit giant monkey and I say hell yeah. And
yeah.
that's
Showa era Godzilla does a flying drop kick at you, and I'm like, yes, this is for me.
like I wait, I've literally thought this. There's a part in a I don't want to spoil it because it's literally the last scene. There's a part in a game that otherwise was okay to me where you have the final boss battle is two people having an electric guitar battle.
Nice.
That is not at all the game at
Yeah,
all. It's just now this is a game that's like kind of punch out electric guitar battle. And
I
I've
love
just
that.
considered it in my mind the hell yeah factor,
Yeah,
where it's like no other aspect of like what makes something good like can help with the hell yeah factor. And the hell yeah factor doesn't help writing or pacing. And it's like it may not even make you say this is good,
yeah,
right? But it will make you say hell yeah.
right. And sometimes that's all you
Yeah.
need. Um,
And sometimes that's all you need.
yeah.
But
I
like,
mean, there's a whole subgenre of video games that's probably like all the chore simulator ones. Like that should just not be enjoyable, but there's a whole genre of them there for someone, right? Like even things like Animal Crossing or Stardew. It's like this shouldn't really be enjoyable, but like I'm enjoying acting like a peasant self and farming, and sometimes that's the vibe you want. Um, some of
yes.
those lean towards just being good as well. There's that blurry line, but
hmm Video games are interesting because it's just as much about your experience as
right,
like what they're trying to tell. So it's a whole different circus over there. But absolutely, there's a lot of video games. Like who is out here saying Mario 64 has a good story?
right,
Like it has a story, but that's not no one really cares, you
yeah,
know? Even like Zelda for the most part like has story mostly to set the tone.
right.
And it's just like it's a vibe. There you
Yeah,
go.
some of it's vibe, some of it's mechanics. You could
hmm
have a good game purely on mechanics being solid. You could have a good game on bad story and bad mechanics, but you're just like this. I like this setting, and that's all that you need, and that's the sweet spot I'm looking for. Um,
Yes.
Obviously Mushishi is I'm there
hmm
for the vibe. There's kind of this if Mushishi's the winter vibe that I'm looking for, there is one that's more of a summer vibe. I don't
Yeah.
think actually I think there was a OVA for it, but there was never an actual anime for it. Um, but Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko is like the summer vibe that I'm looking for. Of like it's like kind of post-apocalyptic, not really, but like world where you got like cyborg people, and it's just like this cyborg lady that just like owns a coffee shop in the middle of nowhere, Japan, and it's just
Hmm.
kind of quiet and peaceful in a way that sometimes that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely. I yeah, but is it like
It's also
is it
good.
more than that? Yeah.
It's also
Okay. Well,
good.
it's also good. So
But
it can be
that's why
both.
like that's why like I'm not gonna call out like a Junji Ito here. Like that's also just good. But also that's just
Hmm.
the vibe of like this is creepy and great. Um
Yeah.
there's some
Yeah.
things
Vibe.
that art style does give it more pass than it would get. So
Hmm.
maybe that gets towards this. Like um what's the author's name? Does Soul Eater, does Fire Punch, like
Hmm.
or not Fire Punch, Fire Force. And Fire Force I think is the better example of like there's some egregious like fan service like oh let's just like there's a character whose the whole thing is just like falling out of her clothes pretty much. And you're like
Crazy.
why are you doing this? But also your art style is really cool, so you I can kind
Hmm.
of look past that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's if I mean, in general, like there's a lot of looking past things in
Yeah.
media consumption, right? What you're gonna do? Uh, I think Chainsaw Man stands out for me actually because
Okay.
I remember being like, this story isn't actually insanely special to me. It's like it's kind of just more anime. At least from what I've seen, because I've seen season one of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
But so
Reze Arc
that's
that
the.
came out fairly recently is kind of the
Mhm.
point where I started caring more about the story in reading it. But I do
Okay.
get you to an extent. I will say he also um Fujimoto I think is his name. He's an incredible panelist.
Yeah,
So
we've
that's
talked
part of
about
it too
this.
is you lose
Hmm.
that naturally with an anime. But that's a whole separate conversation.
Yeah. If we talk about Chainsaw Man a third time on this podcast, we're obligated to do an episode about it.
Have we talked about it
So
before? I know we've
I'm
talked
pretty
about it.
sure. I've lost track then. Who knows?
Someone in
But
our
yeah, Pat.
wiki, someone make our
Yeah, put it
wiki,
in our
and then
wiki.
one of our
Oh
12
my.
viewers make a wiki for us with everything we've talked
Yeah,
about, please.
100%. Uh, I love watching something or consuming something just for a vibe. Like it's engaging, you know? It's
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm like it's almost you're getting transported to somewhere else, like something that nails that.
yeah,
And so that's like capturing your attention like that. Like that's half the battle with storytelling. And like, sometimes you do it outside the story, sometimes you do it within it, but it's still kind of an achievement, you know.
yeah,
It's like, it's a different game, but it's commendable.
yeah, for sure. It's it's kind of a hidden thing to storytelling of like you can write a really you can write really engaging characters, you know, but if you don't care about the setting and the vibe of it, you might not care. Like I might not care
Hmm.
to watch two really engaging characters do be somewhere that I don't care about. Where I could watch Godzilla and Kong punch each other, you know, and
Yeah,
just be like, hell yeah. Um, so it also
yeah.
just depends on what you're looking for in that moment. But
Hmm. I think it's like I could watch Godzilla versus Kong every day for the rest of my life, and never would I be able to tell you what Bobby Brown's character's name is. It's like, was
yeah,
that game, that one? I don't even
I
remember
don't
if she
know
was
if
in
she's
that
even
one.
in that newest one. I have no clue. She was in
Not the
some of the early
newest one.
ones.
She was in the one before it, I
Okay.
think. But it was like, I think 4 minutes of screen time.
She had a lot of
It was
screen time in
bad.
some of those early ones of the not the first, not the 2014 one, but some of the ones after that. She had a pretty good amount of screen time. Like I think the one where Ghidorah's there, I feel like she had a lot of screen time.
Yeah, that's Godzilla versus Kong, I think.
And I think that's like
I don't know.
Godzilla King of the Monsters or something. Well, that's all it's something that play on King of the Monsters, but I don't
I
remember
think you're
what it is.
right. Yeah, I'm just thinking about a lot of monsters being there, but I don't know if King Kong was there.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think
Anyway,
so.
this has turned into talking about the reasons kaiju universe, which I'm not upset about.
No,
Look, it's
I'm
inspiring
sure
me
we'll
for a
have a
future episode.
Godzilla assignment someday.
I like it's just too good. It's too much of a vibe.
Yeah,
Uh, all right. So we'll save that for later. In the meantime, I've got a question for you. Uh, what video game character could play you in a movie?
interesting. There's like
Yeah.
three parts to this.
Uh-huh.
Is it a
Yeah.
movie about my life?
I don't know. It's
Because I don't know
like
how interesting of a movie that is.
I'm just
um,
like what it for me it's mostly like the casting room rather than like the movie itself. Uh it's this could
okay.
also very much more simply be put, what video game character do you think you relate to the most or something like that, or like, or you could start it from that angle. Uh but I don't know. I think just the idea, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know, I never heard it phrased the way I did.
um,
Maybe for a reason. Maybe it's a dumb question, but we're rolling with it.
do you have one? Because when you said it, like every video
No.
game I've ever played popped out of my brain.
Yeah, 100%. For some, like the baseline I'm starting at is the first video game character to have personality as like a selling point, which is
Mhm.
Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm like, how well would Sonic the Hedgehog be able to play me in a movie or you? And I'm thinking
It's very different energies, me and Sonic.
very different energies. It would have to be someone a lot more like low energy
Yeah.
than Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's already cuts out 80% of video game characters.
Yeah.
Because low energy characters aren't a thing in video games.
Much
Uh,
cooler than us, but like Solid Snake has that low energy of like
mm,
tone of voice.
yeah. I definitely feel like I could pick someone from. I bet Otacon could play me,
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
also just don't believe Otacon's a good actor.
Yeah.
Uh, I think he gets nervous and he looks into the camera a lot. Uh,
Which maybe that is a plus to playing us.
maybe that's a plus. Maybe that's me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's terrible at this. Let's book him.
What
Uh,
Danganronpa character would be most able to play
God, insane. I don't know. The hamster guy,
you? Gundam Tanaka.
Gundam Tanaka.
Gundam
He's
Tanaka
just
is my favorite Danganronpa
he's
character.
so great. It's a character who's
And
a
half of it's
super
his voice.
villain, and
Half of
yeah,
it's his voice.
half of it's his voice. He's a super villain who has gerbil minions. But he's not actually a super villain.
Yeah.
He just constantly is presenting himself as a super villain when really he's just like an animal rescue guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just
Same voice
I,
actor as Ryoma from uh Danganronpa V3, the tennis guy,
oh, the tennis guy.
who also has a
Yeah,
great voice.
he does have a good voice. Uh God, yeah, I don't know. The robot guy in 3 is
Kaiba
just kind
or
of a
Kiba,
regular dude.
K1B0
Kibo.
or whatever.
Yeah. I cannot claim to know everyone's name. I'm just you're gonna hear me say like the swimming guy, the detective guy, stuff
Um,
like that.
I feel like it's still a different energy than me, but I feel like Kaito from V3, there's something there of like, yeah, we gotta work out every day, we gotta do that, and then like he does like 4 push-ups and he's like, I did my part.
Yeah. He's the guy with the pink jacket, right? Is that
Yeah, the Luminary of the Stars, he was like an astronaut
Yeah.
guy. Like purple, spiky hair.
What a vibe. What a
Yeah.
vibe that guy was. Uh Danganronpa, another thing that could be a future series. Uh Just do one where it's just like two things we have to talk about, and it's just Godzilla and Danganronpa.
I mean,
It's
some of
just
that could
like
be Patreon stuff because it's not things we have to re-experience since we've both experienced it before. So
yeah,
that's where some of those episodes come in.
that's true. Uh, yeah. So my final answer is Pac-Man. Uh, I
Well,
think
I'll be Blippi. What are the characters? I was gonna say one of the Pac-Man characters, and then all of them came out of
there's
my brain.
Clyde.
Clyde.
You could be
I like had
Clyde.
them all lined up in my brain, and then went
Yeah.
to say it, and they left their container and started going
Inky,
around.
Pinky, Blinky, and Clive.
Not
I
Blippy or whatever I said.
I don't think Flippy. It's the same vibe though.
Yeah,
You know, it's like these
I'll be
guys.
I'll be Pinky.
Great. You'll be Pinky and I'll be Pac-Man. Great.
Yeah.
And
The
this
real
will be
answer, Mr. Beast,
mhm.
because I'm sure he's in a video game.
Mr. Beast in from Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
Jesus
If
probably also
Mr.
in
Beast
Fortnite.
isn't in Fortnite, it's probably just because he's negotiating like the biggest paycheck for it,
Yeah.
like on planet Earth. 'Cause
Jesus is
it's
probably in Fortnite too, right? You could have Jesus
Jesus
from
is
Fortnite.
they would
And I'll
do
have
that.
Mr. Beast from Fortnite.
That's its own question. Is how many? That's our extra question. Is how many years will it take for Fortnite to put Jesus in?
Like it could already be there. You could
It
probably
could
convince
already
me.
be there. I don't think it is. I think there may be characters that are religious,
I'm
which
sure it was
you
pitched.
know,
There's probably crosses, yeah, in Fortnite. But
I don't know if it was pitched. I'm gonna be honest. I
well, they
do
need
you
us in
think
the room then.
anyone's do you think it's even like on a billboard somewhere? Jesus? Question mark. It's
I
like
don't think in a
what would it
billboard.
be?
I'm sure there's like
Like a corkboard, I
some
meant, but
pop star that wears like a cross necklace. I'm sure you can get that
yeah.
accessory.
Let's be clear. Jesus exists in the Fortnite universe. They just are too cowardly to give him a gun,
Yeah.
and portray him that
We
way.
need noted Dungeon Crawl Carl character Uzi
Mhm.
Jesus to be in Fortnite.
There you go, Uzi Jesus. There's also Madness Combat Jesus. They could also put in
Yeah.
from the Newground animation. Uh, and yeah, there's workarounds. You know, I don't think anyone would be happy with it, but
Some
like
people would be
I
happy
feel like
with
the
it.
trailer would almost be saying, "What are you gonna do? Stop us?"
Yeah.
It's like you
It's like
can't,
we
you
have no
can't.
control over this game. It runs itself at this point. It just added
Practically,
Jesus to
dude.
the game. It's like we didn't do this. Fortnite itself
Dude.
added Jesus to the game.
I mean, I could talk about what Fortnite is and like how insane it is,
They
like
if
behind
they
the
add Jesus
scenes.
to the game, they need to make it where like remember when there was like Darth Vader, but like you could talk to the AI Darth Vader and it would like answer your questions. They need to
Oh
do that
yeah,
with Jesus. You could just
yeah.
like ask Jesus questions and
You
AI
get
answers it very
yeah,
poorly.
bunch of 10-year-olds getting Jesus to say 6'7". You
Yeah.
know, it's
You know how much
it
money
is what
there'd
it
be in
is.
there for them for whoever owns Fortnite?
Do you know how much money there is in Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They would. I don't know if they'd make bank. I just kind of want to see it happen,
Yeah.
just because it'd be like the most like puff out my chest. Like, what are you gonna do? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
You could have Jesus fighting Peter Griffin, Godzilla, and Hatsune Miku, and like I think there's nothing else you need than that.
it's just like there. You cannot argue against Fortnite to some
Yeah.
degree. Like, it's like I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like you could shoot like Ned Flanders as Ryu from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want me to say? It's like
Yeah.
this is as fun as that is.
You have
It's like
Goku and Spider-Man and Batman. Like, yeah, like it's just a
yeah.
sandbox playground at this point, and I'm
Hmm.
I'm here for it. I haven't played it, but I'm here for it.
Hmm. Yeah, I also have played it like I think a total of 2 hours. It's just like, and it's so different than it was like that first year too.
Yeah.
It's like a whole hub now, and it's barely even like the open worlds like battle royale game. It's like more than that. So yeah, this is now a Fortnite podcast.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
so that's our
Jimmy Beast and you,
Mhm.
Uzi Jesus.
the
We
the
sign off
Fortnite
on Fortnite.
podcast featuring Mr. Beast and Jesus.
Yeah.
That is this. Oh my gosh. All right. So now we know
Did that
that if
answer
one
our
of us
question?
comes, no, we didn't answer our question. Mr. Beast and Pac-Man was like, now we know that if one of us come to the table with a bad question, we'll at least shitpost our way towards like saying something entertaining enough.
It
So
could be
yeah, there you go.
Squirtle.
Uh,
There we go.
Squirtle. I think Squirtle's a fun answer. Actually, that's actually fun. Uh, oh my gosh, do you have big like diagonal sunglasses that you
The
wear? Is that
Kamina
why?
glasses.
Yeah.
Um, no, I don't.
Okay.
Which is honestly
Well, time
probably
to
a
go get them.
surprise.
Yeah,
Between
you
Gurren
should
Lagann
go.
and Pokemon, I probably like. You would think I'd have one. Like I just reach and grab one.
I mean, you just reach and grab just about anything. Like,
I can grab a Squirtle. I can grab two
see,
different Squirtles.
people at home, you have no idea the amount of times Dalton's just like, and I have it right here. Like, Inspector Gadget,
Squirtle,
motherfucker. Yeah, you got two squirrels. Oh, dude, that left Squirtle. That's a good Squirtle.
the Sprite or the plush.
Oh yeah, my left, so the Sprite. But those are well, I like them both. Let's be clear. And you got the Gyarados shirt.
It's a Gyarados,
Oh,
but
never
also
mind.
Dragon Ball. It's like a
Oh,
Shenron.
wait, is it meant to be Gyarados, or am I
Yeah,
just?
no, it is.
Oh, sick.
It's Pokemon YouTuber Sacred Almighty. It's one of his merch.
It's cool. Uh, that's good merch.
Yeah. He
Uh,
also has
I
well, this is opening a whole other can of worms, but Pokemon Draft League's a thing where you draft and compete. I'm not going to get into that because that would be a whole nother conversation. We're half an hour in and haven't gotten to anything that's actually content. But he had a team way back in the day, the Chicago Bouffalants. So I have his merch for that. That's like the Bulls logo, but it's a Bouffalant. So it's got the big like fro essentially on it too.
fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know Poof a lot because
It's
that
Gen
sounds
5,
past.
essentially the Tauros of Gen 5.
I got you. Good shit. There's so many Pokemon now, man.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
good stuff.
I'm happy about it. It's just keep making more.
Yeah.
Uh, I want them to remake because they do like I don't know like Fire Marowak or
Hmm.
like Fairy Rapidash. I want that for the whole first generation. Then I want them
Okay.
to make that game on its own. All right.
Interesting.
Before we keep derailing, we better get into the actual podcast. So Dalton, what did you have us watch this month?
I had us watch Mushishi, which I also read some of the manga for it as well.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah, it's a vibe.
yeah.
It's a vibe. Like it is. You pitched this is that like post holidays winter vibe.
Yes.
And like I cannot agree more. Like if anyone listening hasn't like lived somewhere in the winter, like maybe
Right.
you visited, but when you live there, there's just kind of a silent serenity to
Yeah.
every moment. You'll step outside, you'll like maybe take your dog for a walk because you gotta, even though it's
Yeah.
like
It's like
snowy.
4 a.m. and your dog had to go outside and it's just there's not a
Yeah.
sound and
And the snow makes like a gray fog that just like
Mhm.
the lights reflects off of, and the snow eats up every drop of sound, and the only thing you hear is the crunch beneath your footsteps,
Yeah.
and it's so specific, and this show captures it so well. It's just completely silent so much of the time,
Yeah.
and then like only in like the most important moments does like that incredible soundtrack come in.
Yeah.
Just
Really good
playing
sound
like
design in this show.
it's just like chimes and like piano.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's and
Yeah.
so yeah, I
There's
liked it
also
a
like a
lot.
melancholy but not a sadness, both to Winter and the show. Like there's
Hmm.
nothing sad. Well, sometimes there's sad things happening, but generally speaking, it's not like a sad show, but there's still like a melancholy in the air hanging over things.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's kind of
Uh,
how winter is post holidays as well. You know, you're like,
yes.
I don't hate this. It's like snow is pretty, but also I haven't seen sunlight in months.
Yeah. I uh Winter is just like it could just be so beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh I am at the point right now where I'm like, all right, I've had enough. It's like
Yeah.
it could start getting warmer again. That like February, March vibe where you're just like kind of checking your watch,
Yeah.
waiting for spring. But you know, it and this also has moments where it's like not necessarily uh in a like snowy environment, you
No,
know.
this is kind of year
It's just
round. And you know, it's spring,
yeah.
there's whatever, there's but
It also, I think, captures early spring, which I think is
yeah,
another specific vibe, specifically in places that have had like a snowy winter or a cold winter. Because
right.
it's like everything is muddy and dead. Still, but it's not necessarily like 20 degrees out or something
Right.
like that. Yeah. So it has a very good sense of place, of a place I recognize.
Yeah,
Uh, one
absolutely.
one thing about this show is I really liked it, but I don't know if I could tell you the name of any of the characters, or even necessarily break down any what happened in one episode.
Yeah.
Uh, it's one of those shows where I really was just like I would have this ritual when I was watching it, where I would get home from work, I would get my dinner, I'd flip it open on my laptop, and I'd watch the show. And then I'd just kind of take in the energy while I ate, while I warmed up from like
Yeah.
my commute, which includes like walking. There's a lot of walking
Right.
in my commute, just in the cold. And so I was right where I needed to be for that show. But I mostly just took it in more than like I could tell you how I felt about any uh like storyline, you
Yeah.
know?
No, I think
Yeah.
that's the way to experience it. Like even in rewatching it this time, I tried to have it like in the background while I was working and things like that, which is how I do a lot of times when we have media on this. And I just like couldn't binge watch it. It wasn't like I would, you can normally have something and still be following around. I would have like an episode play and be like, I don't think I know a single thing that happened there. It was
Yeah.
really hard to binge watch. It kind of has to be that like almost meditative watch. So it
Yeah,
sounds like you
definitely.
did it right.
Yeah. Well, I definitely did have those episodes where like I like would put on like the dub version and
Right.
try to, just listen to it that way while I like did dishes and like look over every once in a while. I feel like there's a lot of visual storytelling in this, which
Yes.
is good for the show and it does it well, and very bad for me trying to do other things while watching this show.
Yeah.
So
It's also got very specific like color choice and things like that. Like it does a lot of
yes.
work with the visuals,
Hmm.
which is interesting.
Yeah. But I don't come entirely unprepared because I do have a couple episodes that stood out to me.
Okay.
One that stood out uh was the woman getting pulled to the sky. Do you remember
Okay.
this one?
I think so. Yeah.
I For whatever reason it's like this uh woman who's like half Mushishi, I believe, it is like
Right.
getting pulled to the sky. And you're gonna hear a
Mushi are
lot of
the
this. I
spirits.
think that's Mushi. Yeah,
Mushi are the spirits. Mushishi is the it's like
show.
Gin is the Mushishi. He's like the one that can control, speak with them, sort
Mhm.
of, whatever.
That's right. She's like half Mushi, and she keeps getting pulled to the sky. Because like she's like losing her sense of personhood.
Right.
And she's like disappearing, and like the person who's in love with her like doesn't. I may be mixing two episodes up, but it was like this woman who like wanted to feel loved by this guy, and like he kept like having to explain like her situation, like didn't didn't treat her like she was there or something like that. It was just like,
Right, right.
and like she just disappeared as a person, but like stayed there. And then the guy
Oh yeah, I
like
remember what you're
made
talking
that
about now.
mistake, but then also like spent the rest of his life just kind of sitting in that uh in the place where he knew she was, even though he
Yeah.
couldn't see her. And
I
I
kind of
thought
love
this
about
was,
some of those episodes that like they don't necessarily like some end with a happy conclusion and some don't.
yeah,
And I kind of love that.
yeah,
It's like there's an ending to them all, these stories,
yeah,
but there's also not. Like it's just a chunk of someone's life and that's all we're seeing. So,
yeah,
sometimes that's you know, resolves happily, sometimes it doesn't and it, keeps moving
yeah.
regardless.
Because this guy, he tries to he's told, he knows what he has to do and he doesn't do it, and because he doesn't do it,
Right.
she disappears. She stops being a human. And she's like full ghost, which loosely is what a Mushi is, not really.
Yeah, it's
Uh
just a
and and he just lives
spirit,
the rest
yeah.
of his life kind of as a uh effectively as a hermit, knowing
Right.
that his love is being received somewhere.
Right.
And even though he'll never get to see it, and it's kind of beautiful, even though it's
Yeah.
sad because she never
And
did
that's
anything.
this
I'm like,
show.
that's this show. It's beautiful, beautiful, kind of sad.
Yeah.
Uh, Even just the existence of the Mushi is beautiful and sad, because it's like these creatures are like below bugs, the amount of like intelligent they are. It's like they're
Yeah,
barely,
they're just kind of nature. Just like,
they're just, yeah,
yeah.
they're as much alive as like wind.
Right.
It's like they're just a force of nature that barely anyone can touch. It's just such a fascinating thing to write stories around,
Right. It's like going into the ocean or something, right? It's like it's just
Mhm.
beautiful and things like that. There's also a danger. Like the waves aren't gonna care. You can get pulled out and the ocean doesn't care. It's kind of that same idea with like the Mushi. Like they're not villainous. They're not trying to cause any harm. They're just existing. And that's kind of an interesting core. Like there's conflict, but there's no villain. There's no bad guy.
Mhm.
There's not really even a good guy. There's just,
No, there's
and
just the
that's
guy
really
who
interesting.
knows how to take care of it, and he
Yeah.
like apologizes sometimes when he kills it. Which what's the name of our protagonist
Gin?
again?
Gin, I
Yen.
believe.
Yen.
Yeah.
You got
I
it
think
there.
Gin, I believe. But
Gin. Let's go with Gin. Gin is kind of just, well, we kind of get some backstory. Like he has to wander. He can't stay
yeah.
in one place. Which I think comes back later. In one of my favorite episodes. Uh,
Yeah,
he
Ginko. Gin.
is, one more time.
It's Ginko or Gin. Yeah.
Ginko. Uh, yeah, he is. It's just kind of his work,
Yeah.
more than anything, and it's like he shows empathy to people, but mostly he sees it as like, it's kind of feels like a doctor, doing like checkups almost. It's
Right.
just like, you should get this checked out. It's like, let's get you over to the to the X-ray machine. It's like, yeah, so here's what we're gonna need to do, and kind of like breaks down. It has that
Right.
energy for me. It's like, here's an expert who does care, but cares a lot and professionally, and so
Yeah.
like it is not, does not like have the emotional response that like the people he's caring for
Right.
does.
Well, it's like if
Right?
a
It's like,
doctor also cared about the virus. It's
yeah,
like you're sick, but also this thing is just living its life. So,
yeah, 100%. Uh, it's because there is that aspect, because he's so constantly explaining how these things are just living their life,
yeah.
right? It's
Yeah,
like
you
their
kind of
life
got
is
in their
just,
way. And
yeah. It's they're like plankton, really. It's just like, It's so fascinating because I think the first episode he does the metaphor where it's like, here's humanity, the intent, the like intelligence and like emotions. You go further up, you got like other mammals and like things that are reactionary. You got like bugs and then trees and stuff, and he like brings it to the
Yeah.
heart or something. He's like, this is Mushi, which I think that's a good way of doing it because it's like Mushi are also the closest to just like what it's all about, what it
Right.
really all is, right? Like in a way, they are the purest as much as
Right.
they are the lowest, right? That's cool. It's it right away. I was like, this is kind of like those tree spirits of like Princess Mononoke, right?
Right.
It's like that's that whole energy, like just barely anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's interesting too, just the nature of it being very episodic too, of
Hmm.
like some of these things feel like they should be big deals, and it's like, well, it's a big deal to this one person, it's not a big deal to the world. The world keeps
Hmm.
moving, and the other people have their other problems. And
Yeah.
that's kind of why I told you, like, you could watch as much as you want. There's not a conclusion because his work's not over, right?
Yeah.
At the very end, his work's not over. It's just you're moving on to the next guy. And, watching it in
Yeah.
order, you do get some callbacks to, like, oh, we saw that guy before, or oh, here's a little backstory. But you
Yeah.
also could watch in any order. You could just pick up a random episode. It's,
Hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. I like it. Is it anthology or episodic is probably the word.
yeah.
Anthology would
Anthologies
probably be a
often
different
different writers.
protagonist.
Different
Yeah,
writers
yeah.
sometimes as well for anthologies.
Doesn't apply here. Episodic, uh, definitely works for this show. It helps paint the bigger picture and it lets you explore different mushi, different ways they exist. Different ways they interact with the
Mhm.
world. Uh, it's just very good. How'd you
Yeah.
find out about this?
I watched it. I think it was I was on. I mean, it's well revered. Like it's not an unknown thing in the anime world. But
Hmm.
so I probably just found it on a list of like ones that are good. And I think I was
Sure.
on break. It was probably must have been winter break just because it feels like it should have been. So if it wasn't, it was now. I was back from college, so it must have been like my freshman year because I think that was really the only
Hmm.
year I came back. So probably freshman year winter break, and you know you're still in that college era where like you don't have full responsibilities, especially on break. So you can stay up late. You don't have to wake up for anything. So I would just like
Yeah.
midnight to 3 a.m. or whatever, or whatever, just like watch a couple episodes each night during that break, sort of thing. And that was
Yeah.
also kind of like the perfect way to do it. Like you
Yeah.
said, you
Kind
came
of.
back after walk-in and watched it during dinner. It's kind of a similar first experience for me that just kind of works for this sort of thing.
I mean, there's something to be said about getting the perfect environment for
Right.
watching something, consuming something, because it's like, it's like how they say like you gotta watch movies in theaters, especially like movies like with that level of intention that like
Right.
like a Christopher Nolan might bring to like things. It's just like it does help. Unfortunately for all of our schedules, it does help
Yeah.
to like do something at the right time.
Right.
Uh and Mushishi, that is when it's dark out and the world's gone quiet and it's cold as hell outside.
Right.
Uh and so yeah. Uh January absolutely was that
Yep.
for me. God, it
Um,
was so cold here. This was
yeah.
the way. This was the one thing. It's like, well, at least it makes this watching this show better.
There you go. Yeah, and then I read through the manga a couple of years later. Like I was doing lots of train rides to school, to work, things like
Mhm.
that when I lived in Colorado. And I read it just on the train when I read a whole bunch of other stuff. Um, so that's when I read it. And reading it's a pretty similar experience. I think I would honestly recommend the anime more than I'd recommend the manga, just because I do think they elevate with the color choices, with the music design, sound design, things like that. I do think it elevates it enough that I say, to me, that's the better experience. Not that the manga's bad by any means. Um,
Hmm.
there's also a little different ordering, is my understanding. Like, because it's episodic, you can kind of switch around the order, manga versus anime, which is interesting. Um,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah,
my
no, that makes
understanding
sense.
actually, it's actually female, I believe. Actually, I don't know their pronouns, but I believe female mangaka. And I think it was written. I think my understanding is the first story they wrote about it was the missing eyes one. It's like the young girl in the dark room, and like you close your second eyelid sort of thing. I think that was the first story they wrote for like a, manga contest sort of thing they entered, and you know ended up
Yeah,
getting chosen and making more story. That kind of changed their life path.
yeah, yeah. That was a good one too.
Yeah,
I get it. Uh, the amount of times that it is like the human flaw being
right.
what makes something go wrong in these is such a common theme. It was like this person's a regular person who is flawed like all regular people are,
Yeah.
and that's why they made this mistake.
Yeah,
You know,
and it's
it's
not
like
apathetic to that, which I think is the hard
yeah.
thing of writing. Like I think it'd be easy to be like, yeah, and this person made a stupid mistake and now they're having consequences. And it's not really that.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah, it's a humanity, natural, you're going to make these choices and make mistakes. It's not like apathetic to it, nor is it necessarily empathetic to it. It's just like this is a fact of life, just like the Mushi are a fact of life. I think that's really interesting.
It feels almost impossible to write, right? Because we
Yeah,
want our characters to be intelligent, right? It's why everyone shouts at the screen in horror movies.
right.
Uh but it's they do it here. It's really impressive,
Yeah,
actually.
it's that's what I said earlier. Like this one, I think it's disqualified from that. You watch it for the vibe, and it's not good because I think it is also just good. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but
It's pretty damn good. Uh it's really solid. Any episodes that stood out for you?
um, I mean, they're very good. I like the eyeball one a lot. That I think it really
Hmm.
expands the world building, so it does make sense that was one of the like first ones thought.
Yeah,
Though I do think it makes sense to not have that be the first episode. Like I do
yeah.
like how it starts. Like I really like one of the, I don't remember if the first or the second episode, where it's the sound muting like snail, and it's like the other one has the other way spiral. Like I do think that's a
Hmm.
good way to start.
Yeah.
That one does like stand out, and is one that like it's one of the few I can like just picture. Like you said, sometimes you're just like, I experienced it and I couldn't tell you about it. Um,
Sure. Yeah.
that's one of them that I can come back to and like picture. So I guess it says something about it.
Yeah, definitely. I think just to speak to one more story told here is the one where there's like kind of like a solemn like it's one of the later ones. It's like a woman who like can't go anywhere. She's like I think this is the one where she's like tending to a library and has to like keep the
Okay.
mushi out, right? Or they'll like eat the words out of
Yeah, yeah. I actually I
papers.
love that one too.
And there's like a semi-romantic tone between our lead and this character, and there's kind of like here's this woman who can't go anywhere and this guy who can't stay anywhere too
Right.
long, and they make a promise to each other that if at the end of their life uh like they one person's thing gets solved, that they'll travel together.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
like,
love that.
that's sad, that melancholy and beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's like it's this show, it keeps nailing it every
yeah.
single time.
Um,
Yeah.
is that the same episode, or is there a different library
I'm
one where like the words all disperse, and then you have the person that's just like, I've I'm just a subject knowledge expert here. I've read these all a million times. I can piece by piece put these back in order on all of these scrolls.
I think it might be different episodes I'm
Okay.
talking about. The library thing might have been like the episode before or something like that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it all got blurred together for me. But so yeah, it just keeps going back to
Yeah.
the same point. It's like, yeah, this was me. I don't know if I could recount exactly what happened in any one
Yeah.
of these, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I
Because
know I
it's like
liked
it
it.
is good. I know I liked it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
I
makes
did
this the
like that
perfect
one.
podcast to talk
Yep.
about, to listen to.
Yeah.
It's like, what did
We've told
these
you from
guys
the start
think?
we're not experts. We're
Yeah, we are not experts.
we're not researching. We're just talking.
We're
Um.
just vibing.
Yeah. But I loved that one where it was the scrolls that the Mushi like eat the words and they fly everywhere. Because it's one
Hmm.
of the few that Gin wasn't the one that kind of solves it. It's just like the expert
Yeah,
librarian lady that's just like, I know I can redo this, and just like
yeah.
piece by piece puts the lines back, and it's like, yeah, sometimes people just know their stuff, and you're not even needed here. You just were along for the ride.
Yeah, I did like that. Uh, but it's another interesting piece of world building. It's just that library exists at all,
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah, good overall. Do we anything we wanted to uh bring up that we haven't brought up yet?
No, I mean I'm sure we can recount other things, but I don't know how much that adds to it. So I think
Yeah,
we've gotten the main points out.
I think it's solid. I think it's solid as hell. As far as grades go, what are you thinking?
Um, I'm looking at our list. So we've got. Do I think it's as good as One Piece East Blue? That's an A. Or do I think it's
Hmm.
more in like the house range? House video game high school A minus. I think it's in the it's above a 90 to me, especially with context of the time of year if we're including that in our grade, which I feel like we
Hmm.
should.
Definitely.
um, what are your thoughts?
I'm thinking. The only reason I don't want to put it in A is because we have so many things in A. It's like, but that's a dumb reason. Uh, it is like definitely an A show.
Yeah.
I think it's A, like not even A minus. I don't know what else do we have in A. You've got a list up there,
One
right?
Piece East Blue, ice
Mm-hmm.
skating as a holiday tradition,
Mm-hmm.
VGC competitive Pokemon Worlds 2025. That's our
Okay.
A, not minus.
I think I would put this in A, kind of at the same level as VGC, if not a little bit higher.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. EUIC happens in a week from recording. So the
Mm-hmm.
EUIC is happening as this episode comes out. Are you planning to watch?
No,
So
not not.
I think it's above VGC
Yeah,
competitive.
I think it's above it for me. But you're definitely planning to watch it, so
Oh
for
yeah.
you it might be above. So
Right.
ultimately, it might just be tied.
I think I'm fair putting it above if you feel that way.
Okay.
So that's another A. We're giving a lot of good stuff out.
We like the things we went into this liking. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Uh,
think I was also I'm like I don't know if I want to give out another A, and then I'm like, well, what can I knock it for?
mm-hmm.
And I don't
Jack
know.
shit, that's what.
Right. I'm like,
It's
it doesn't have an
it's
ending. It's like that's not
undeniable.
a bad thing. I'm like that's not a bad
Yeah.
thing necessarily. That's the point. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Cuz
like
like
I don't think it's an A
B
plus. It's not changing my life. It's going to be
yeah.
hard to get an A plus out of me, and it's going to be extra hard to get a A plus out of the combined both of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. A it is for Mushishi.
A it is.
Season 1, right? If we're going to specify that. No OVA
I
since
did
season 2
both.
for you.
I did both, but it's
Okay.
doing both isn't going to change anything for you.
Hmm.
The other has a really good opening song too. That's not something we even talked about, but like English
No,
songs for the openings that like kind of work perfectly. But
good stuff.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, go watch it. Even
yeah.
though it's impossible to find, even though it's like the hardest thing on earth. Go
The
figure
manga
it out.
was
Is
incredibly
Yeah,
hard to find as well until they recently re-released. That's where this one comes
it's
from.
it's just one of those things, man, where it's just like, does Hulu have it? Oh, Hulu has 2 episodes. What the fuck do you mean you have
I
two
think
episodes,
some of
Hulu?
it's on YouTube, maybe.
It's
Maybe it's whether it's supposed to be or not. I'm not gonna say. That's not for me to
Yeah,
judge.
yeah,
uh,
that's not my problem. That's YouTube's problem.
right.
Uh, yeah, figure it out. Watch 1 episode.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Uh, Good stuff.
Yeah. Go somewhere cold
Go somewhere
and
cold.
watch.
If you live in Florida, take a trip.
Yeah.
Take a trip. Watch this 1 episode. Take the trip back.
Go to. It's a perfect time to fly to Japan and go see Mount Fuji.
Hmm.
February is generally pretty good visibility, but still chilly enough that I think it'd be perfect. So,
Yeah, there you go. Excuse me. All right. Next up on the list. Now I want to preface this. I didn't say make a game, right? Because you do not necessarily have to have like a finished what game developers consider a finished game like requires like a game loop and
yeah.
like something that like you can like put in front of someone for that. I don't. I have that, but I don't. Right. And
And
so
for listeners, the way we have it, I don't know what Tommy made. He doesn't know what I made. We both
yeah.
made trailers that we'll watch and we'll put on the screen in editing for you to watch
Yeah.
along with us, essentially.
So how do we want to do this and like
Oh, well, I
when?
think first we can figure out the order who wants to watch
Mhm.
whose trailer first. But before we do that, how much time did you commit? I guess is
Sure. Let's see. I did my classic thing. I did the Tommy classic where I was given a frame of time. I put a lot of time in at the very beginning and a lot of time in at the end.
that's one of
First
our
week of
changelog known issues. Our
Yes,
pet
known
sheet.
it's a known issue, all right? Uh First week, I made a game design document,
Okay.
a known thing, where you list out what you're looking for in this game. Uh, just because that's part of game development to me. It's like
Yeah.
kind of creating the skeleton, right?
Right.
And then I immediately went to uh, Unreal Engine and started trying to get my thing to work. And then by the end of this week, I got it to a place that I was really happy about. And
Nice.
altogether, I think it took me about, let's say, 12 hours.
Okay.
12 hours altogether. How
Nice.
about you?
It's hard to quantify because a lot of mine was either planning or learning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so
This is
some
the
of that's
way.
hard to quantify, um, especially because I didn't really know what I wanted to do to start. So like I had to
Mm-hmm.
pop around a few different ideas of thinking about it, and that took a lot of mental space. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
quantify it. I'd say actual worked time. I'd probably say is closer probably to that like 15-hour mark. But if you told me it was more or you told me it was less, I'd probably believe you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, how do you count sitting on the train thinking about it, you know?
Right, exactly.
It's like, what do you do? What do you do with that? But yeah, sitting down at the desk, I will say 11 hours.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it's
yeah.
probably pretty similar, I'd say, for both of us, the time we committed. Not that
Hmm.
that matters. You could have said you did 2 hours, but it wouldn't have mattered. Right.
Yeah, I think I said when I was telling you this because uh I was like this could take you 2 hours but knowing who you are, it's gonna take you probably over 10. Just because like this was one of those, just like Mushishi. It's like this didn't have a defined like endpoint. It
Right.
was just kind of do this until you feel satisfied with what you created,
Right.
right? So, any last words before we get into the trailers here?
No, I mean, whose trailer should we go first?
Yeah, and are we doing one trailer, then they talk about
I
it,
think
and
so.
then one trailer and they talk about it?
I think so.
Let's flip a coin. You got a coin within arm's reach, right? Somewhere in that.
Got a
Uh,
dice.
there you go. I'll take
You want odds
odds
or
if
even?
it's.
Okay.
I'll go odds.
It was 12.
Okay, so it's you.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, you want to pull up my trailer?
Okay,
And I
so
probably don't need to watch with you. I know what happens. So
okay. Let's see. I Is this part getting cut out, or are they still hearing this?
they'll still hear this.
Hey guys. Uh,
And
let's
then
see.
I'll put up as you're watching it. I'll sync it to what you're watching.
I got you.
So I have two parts of it. One's the trailer. One's Easter egg that I put for a friend of ours. You don't have to watch the Easter egg part. Just the trailer one.
But I am going to later.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. How did I know? How did I know? Oh, it's gorgeous. First of all. Unaccredited. The Pokemon mod. You're supposed to hear. Executive dysfunction.
All right.
There we go. You dirty dog.
So I guess
You
do you want to
dirty
start?
dog.
Do you want to tell the story of our first attempt at making a ROM hack?
Dalton and I, in high school with our friend Alex. Shout out Alex.
Shout out
Uh,
Alex, probably not watching, but maybe watching.
Probably not watching. We're gonna make him watch this part. Uh, he we got together. We put time aside on like a Saturday. Put a whole day aside to just do like the pre-production of like a Pokemon mod that we wanted to do. I think what we were going for was like this war that Lieutenant Surge had been talking about, or like infers to just in like the pre-battle conversation when you go to him for the gym leader fight. And we're like, let's do that. Let's do something with that. And so we have Alex download uh, the ROM hack, and his computer gets a virus and immediately shuts down. And the rest of the hang is us calling his mom asking what to do next. And we figure it out by the end of it, I remember. And then we ended up just watching Birdemic instead of game development.
Yep.
And if that's not how all of game development feels, I don't know. I don't know what to
And then never
call it.
went back to it. We had like script written, we had music planned. I think I had done some custom sprite work. Like we had a lot of plans going in. Went to do it,
Mhm.
and then it didn't work. And we're like, all right, I guess that was our only chance.
Yeah, I guess that was it. I think for me, I was like, I don't want to try downloading that emulator again. It's like
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Alex's mom and be like, hey, I bricked my computer again because I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's like that's insane. Uh, so I was like, okay, I guess we're
And
just
we're
not
not
doing it.
computer illiterate either. Like you and I both
No.
did a computer science field for
Yeah, yeah.
we
And
studied.
this wasn't like 11. We were like 17.
Yeah, it might have even been freshman year of college.
Yeah. It
but it
might have
might have been
been.
high school. It was in
I
that
think it
range
was high
regardless.
school. But it was like
It might have been the
really,
summer after high school sort of thing.
yeah, like right in that window. It was still a really fun, like iconic day in
Yeah.
my life. So,
Yeah, and I
kind of a
made you watch
blast.
Birdemic for the first time, and probably
And
only
then I
time.
went
But
on to show Birdemic to everyone because it's
there we go.
Birdemic.
It was the
Uh,
proto this podcast.
yes, exactly. Uh, yeah. Uh, that's so funny. Yeah, that's the first time Dalton made me watch something.
Yeah.
So there you go. Episode 0 right there.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's unaccredited
yeah.
-1.
Talk to me about making this game.
Yeah. So I had some thoughts originally of different games I was going to do. At one point, I was thinking of doing like a tactics style game. I was going to maybe try to do like a D&D sort of game in like a tactics combat. I thought was a fun idea, but then I
Hmm.
thought I'd probably be a little in over my head. I was like, I could get a MVP, minimum viable product here, but I kind of pivoted from that, and I had other ideas. I had like a tower defense game I was thinking about doing, and then I'm like, you know what? I just got to run back doing a ROM hack. I think it
Hmm.
makes sense. 'Cause I also wanted to
I
do some sort of artwork. I think
mhm.
I did some of the custom sprites here, and they're not like they're incredible by any means, but I did some of the custom spriting as seen in the trailer. So I wanted
Mhm.
something that I could do that as well, and it just kind of worked out that a ROM hack was the way to go.
Yeah. I ROM hack is a great option. A lot of for any aspiring game developers out there. One thing I will hear time and time again is that if you want to get into game design specifically more than like the art side or the programming side, ROM hacks, mods, stuff like that is a great way to have tools at your disposal and just get right into the nitty gritty of like changing the things you want to change up.
Right.
Uh, and it's just it's where everyone starts. So there
Yeah,
you
it's the
go.
same foundations of a lot of game design, programming in general, that it's just kind of problem solving. You're like,
Hmm.
I need to get here. I'm here. How do I figure out this middle? That's kind of programming at a core.
Yeah,
It's just that problem solving, getting from here to here, and figuring out using the tools you have or whatever to get there. Whether it's the right way or the wrong way.
100%. So but modding Pokemon Fire Red specifically
Yeah.
is like one of the most well-tread grounds.
Yes, that's
So you
why I
probably
wanted a
had a lot
Gen
of
3
resources too.
game,
Yeah.
whether that's Emerald or Fire Red, or
Hmm.
you could do Leaf Green or Ruby Sapphire, but it's generally Emerald and Fire Red for whatever reason.
Hmm.
Um, both for known resources as well as familiarity. Like I knew, because my
Hmm.
thought is then I was like, well, I want us to have a game that we can get play together, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, Fire Red is a good one for us to play together, right? It's not
Yeah,
we both know how to do it.
definitely.
So I do want for Patreon bonus, I want us to do a Soul Link together. So
Oh, sure. Wow, you got
Soul Link
it works like
for
that too?
well, that's just a rule set you apply, right? So
Oh,
Soul
right. We
Link
just Mhm.
Nuzlocke. Let's take a step back. Nuzlocke is a variant on playing Pokemon where it's essentially permadeath mode, right? So if you
Mhm.
lose your Pokemon, it's gone forever. You also only get one encounter per route.
Mhm.
Um, Soul Link is cooperative Nuzlocke essentially. You have
Okay.
you're playing, I'm playing. We're linked together. So our Route 1 encounters, we both catch it, they're linked together forever. If my Rattata faints, your Pidgey is also fainted. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the idea there. We're essentially just linking together. So I will play my character, you'll play your character, and we'll go. There's also generally rules for um, types, like you can't duplicate types. I think we throw that away, especially because the starter selection alone breaks that.
Mhm.
Because all the starters are ground types. So that alone breaks that rule, which I'm fine
Mhm.
with. Additionally, originally Soul Links had a really dumb rule that I never once used that was like gender. Like if I caught a male, you had to catch a female, which is just kind of a stupid rule. Um,
Yeah, it's
but
very
that was
specific.
yeah, that was the thing with original Soul Links that yeah, I never did
Yeah.
in any one I've done.
Get
But yeah,
heteronormativity out of my
yeah,
ROM hack. Thank you very
yeah.
much.
Our Pidgeys are gay, and we're proud
Yeah.
of it.
Yes. There's the title of this episode. Uh yeah. Hey man, it's I'm so down. I how much of this game cuz it's all of Pokemon Red, right? Fire Red. And you are
Correct.
swapping like a little bit of code here for a little bit of code there. Is
So
that the right?
I got a base file that had existing all the Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 9. That way I could
Mhm.
extend the Pokédex, but the routes were left as just Gen 1 originally. So what I
Mhm.
did is first custom sprite work. So both for the title screen as we saw, as well as the characters, both their sprites, both their throwing animations I had to update sprites for, and their run walk animations. I had to do all of that. The run walk animations were the most pain of them to redo.
Mhm.
Also custom sprite work for the rival, but that was pretty easy. That was kind of just making him shadow.
Mhm.
And then I also all of the rivals um, text that he speaks to you, I rewrote that to fit
Nice.
with his executive dysfunction. So I had
Mhm.
him, um, you know, jide us negatively in that way
Yeah.
for all of his speech. I didn't touch other speech ones. I also changed every route, or at least, like I didn't do the Sevi Islands and things, but every
Mhm.
main route, I redid the routes for Pokemon from 1 to Gen 9, so I had to figure out the encounter tables I wanted for every route.
Oh, cool.
And then gym leaders and Elite Four. I redid their teams to also be Gen 1 through Gen 9. Every other
Mhm.
trainer is left as is normally.
Yeah.
And then our Easter egg one I did for our friend Anthony, who we've done,
Mhm.
you know, I know I worked with him and things like that. Um, because we do both a book club with him and we watch some
Yeah.
anime together. When I was showing him originally, he kind of joked about wanting to be in the game, and I'm like, tell me what team you want and where you want to be, and I'll
Yeah.
put you in. So he is the first trainer you run into in the Elite Four, or not the Elite Four, the Victory Road. So he's got a
Hell
custom
yeah.
team, and
Uh,
if we get there in our Soul Link, we'll see.
Absolutely. I'm pumped. Uh, it's just seeing Sprite me
Yeah,
was very satisfying.
I was
That's
I like the big sprites. I like your sprite better than my big sprite. The walking sprites, I like mine a little bit better.
yeah.
But
Like
I did
even
like your
still.
one with the guitar. I based it off the guitarist one that exists,
Yeah.
recolored and made the long hair, and I actually really liked that one.
Yeah. Oh, hair's hard to do. I think it looks good. Uh, really, yeah. Bravo, man. Bravo. Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot I want to say about game design in general here,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's a better conversation had once we've seen what we've both done.
Okay.
So how about you go ahead and pull that trailer up?
Yeah, I'll pull up your trailer and if I have it pulled up, so I'll go start it right now. Ooh, I dig this. I actually really love what you did with the trailer here too.
Thank you.
It feels really like a actual trailer,
Yeah. Has it wrapped up? It's a short trailer.
Yep.
I
I
can't
just
I can't see
finished.
on my hands. Yeah, I made a tech demo. I didn't make
Yeah.
a whole game. I was like I want to make a grapple hook that actually feels like the grapple hook I've always wanted.
Right.
Which
Like you're
is
Spider-Man.
you latch on, uh, and you can pull yourself with another button. But if
Oh,
you
okay.
don't
I
pull
see.
yourself, you like just swing. And it feels exactly how I wanted to. I spent the entire time just tinkering with this. Uh,
Okay.
it was like so much time
You said
just
this was
getting it to
Unreal
work.
Engine?
So yeah, Unreal Engine, which a part of this was just dusting off those skills. It's been a long time since I've worked in Unreal Engine, and another part was like, uh, well, I don't have the sources up. I didn't base this code out completely on my own. I used two specific YouTube tutorials that like maybe we'll
Okay.
put in the description or something because I feel like the credit's worth it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or we can put it as a
but
pinned
not
comment, maybe. Might be
yeah,
better for people seeing it because I know a lot of people don't
definitely.
look at
We'll
the
do a pinned
description.
comment. But I had taken both of those tutorials, messed with kind of what they provided, and kind of combined them. It was like one tutorial for how to make a rope and like swing, and
Okay.
one to like how to pull yourself to a location. And
Okay.
between the two of them, I made something where the whole pitch was I wanted to, like, let's say there's something here, you're standing here. I want to create a rope. I want to swing here, and then I want the player to be able to pull the rope up to get them to swing themselves up and past,
Right.
right? Kind of creating that Spider-Man fantasy. Even though the physics of the Spider-Man fantasy don't work out. You don't go faster at the apex at like the other end of the parabola, right?
Right.
You go completely still. But everyone wants to pop up,
Right.
right? Uh it's a pretty bare bones tech demo. You know, it's a lightless all black world with, white lit boxes. But I wanted to get something so tight that I didn't need anything else, right?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
wanted to focus all my efforts on just the game feel.
Right.
Uh so yeah,
The inverse
that's
of our my pop quiz question. It's the mechanics are tight, the vibe isn't there yet. It's the
yeah.
inverse of that.
Literally the vibe is tech demo.
Yeah.
And I'm like I and I feel among such beautiful company. I stand on the shoulders of giants. There are so many grapple hook Unreal Engine tech demos set to electronic music
Yeah.
out on YouTube. And there are many like them, but this one is mine. It is hey, like it feels good. You'll play it tomorrow and you'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is nice."
Yeah, for sure.
There's one thing I want to change, actually. I say tomorrow, whenever we do this. Uh, One thing I want to change, and I want to see if you can figure out what it is.
Okay.
From feel. But yeah, that's that's my situation here.
Nice. I love that.
Mhm.
So what was the impetus for wanting to do a grapple hook game? I know you kind of said you wanted to do something that, never quite, you never felt like the one got you how you wanted a grapple hook to work, but
Mhm.
was it just that or was there something specific that led to it?
A big thing, because I had a million ideas. I thought about a
Yeah.
Pokemon ROM hack too because of our story. Uh, it's like I think scope was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know in 1 month I could get something that feels good in Unreal Engine.
Okay.
Uh, and Unreal Engine is what I had the most familiarity going into this with. I do wish I had spent a little bit more time to like create like just like a beginning and end to like a couple like very basic levels, but ultimately like I feel like I achieved really the one thing
Yeah.
that I knew I could do,
Absolutely.
which was game feels good to play.
Yeah. That's kind of also why I picked ROM hack was that scope of
Mhm.
like I feel like I have fun game ideas, but nothing I felt like I could realistically do without committing a ton of time. Even the Pokemon one, I had to kind of call it at a point and be like, I'm going to put, 50 hours if I don't call it here. So it's got
Mhm.
to be done. Um, but yeah, same idea. Scope, I didn't necessarily know how to make a ROM hack, but I knew the tools existed and I knew I had the Pokemon knowledge and sprite making knowledge enough to get myself by. So
Mhm.
same idea, just different end result.
Definitely. And I guess there was one other thing here, which is that I the more I thought about this idea, the more I'm like, I may actually want to like see this through.
Right.
So I might. I like the feel
Nice.
of this enough where I think if I did some like simple like neon white like time challenge type of platformer that
Yeah.
I like spent a couple more months on, like I could like release something like for a couple dollars, maybe even just for free,
Yeah.
just as a personal project. And hey, if we end
Maybe
up
it'll be
doing
on
that, there'll be
Patreon.
a Patreon extra episode about me releasing a game. So there you go.
Yeah. Would you? What was the consideration for first person versus like a third person over the shoulder sort of character?
Uh, I think personally, shooters feel better in first person.
Okay.
And
So because you were focusing on the shooting of the gun was kind of the
yeah, it's because that's part of it. It's also just the feel of swinging. I wanted to transfer to the player and not feel like you're playing as another character and they're having a
right.
good time. Like there's a little
Yeah.
bit of that with third person. I just believe like if it's not a character based like thing you're trying to get out there, I personally don't feel that there's any reason to go third person.
Right.
Uh
Yeah, my
outside
only
of like
thought is
maybe
platforming. I don't know if I've really seen too many first-person platformers. I know platform. It's kind
yeah,
of an inverse platformer because you're kind of on the bottoms, not landing on
yeah.
things. But
It's kind of like Portal and like one level from Titanfall, and that's it.
right.
And so I'm like, but it kind of really works because
Yeah.
like the one problem with first person platforming is it being hard to like navigate like falling down where you want
Right. Where
to.
you're landing.
But with this, you just shoot at the ground and pull yourself to the spot you want to go.
Right.
And so
Right.
it's just kind of like there you go. So yeah.
What's the escalation of mechanics? Like Portal, you start with one portal, you go to two. Platforming, you get a double jump. What would be the escalation here? Would you wall run?
Yeah.
Would you get a second grapple gun? You double hand in it? What?
I think it's gonna be something like a item pickup that gets used on pressing the space bar. Have you ever
Hmm.
played Neon White? It's a pretty specific game.
I know the game. I don't know. I don't think I've played it, but I know the game.
It's like a game made for speed running,
Yeah,
right? Which is kind of how I would develop this. And you like will pick up an item that lets you double jump. And
consumable.
you'll use it and it'll get consumed once. In Neon White, that's also your bullets, and you got to kill all the enemies in the level before you get to the end. And
Right,
it's like
right.
a multiple thing. That's a first person platformer. What am
Yeah,
I talking about? My main inspiration for this game was Neon White. But so I think if I were
you
to
have
lean into
There's a
anything,
character model. It's first person, but you have a character model. Is that right? If I'm
you
remembering.
got a character. You've got a character model, but it's I don't know. You don't see much of it. You
Yeah.
see like little anime icons in a cutscene here and there, but
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, like press space to like boost forward, press space to double jump,
Okay.
like that kind of thing, right? Uh, Another thing I did is I made the grapple hook very powerful, but also very short range,
Right.
so that like it would be kind of a challenge to even like getting the perfect timing like right at the apex like is part of it.
Yeah.
So
If you make it too
yeah,
long too, it's almost punishing. Where like if you miss, then you gotta wait till you can get it back. You want to be able to try again in your
yeah,
fall.
yeah, exactly. And so it's just a good time. It really works. Uh,
Did you consider
I
something
yeah
like the length of like I'm assuming it's like click to shoot the grapple. Like the length
yeah.
of click could be the amount of power. So like if you click real quick, it's a short burst, or if you click long, it's a longer shot. Do you
At
think
the
that would
moment,
work?
it's yeah,
I
it
don't know if it
could.
would.
At the moment, it's kind of like on right click you attach, right?
Right.
There isn't really like you're picturing like a shooting out and like a travel time. Like that's not currently
Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
implemented. It is interesting though because one of the things I considered is like a little like extra thing to get every level that you like have to point at and grab with the grapple hook.
Right.
So like I don't know, uh, like a diamond. You got to right click, pull it towards you, and for that entire time, you're like mid-air, like no way to grapple. And so
Yeah.
you got to like time it perfectly with like the apex. That was one thing I considered
Yeah.
that I didn't implement yet. A lot of things I want to implement, dude. I've got like an original song in my head. I know what the
Hell yeah.
like what everything would look like. I've got just about everything in my head ready to go for this if I wanted to.
Hell yeah. What
But yeah,
about
but I
different
only had
grapple
mhm.
hooks? You
Mhm.
have the hook that launches you. You have the hook that like is there different sort of grapple hooks that you could like toggle between? Would that be something interesting? I don't know if it would. I'm just spitballing.
I considered that. I considered like
So you have like the grab
pull.
one, versus the pull you versus whatever. But I think keeping it simple might just be the way to go, like you have it. But I'm just trying
It's
to
kind of
think.
where I went. It's like I wanted to be one rope with like multiple functionalities
Right.
a little bit, which is kind of like I don't know. It's like
Yeah, it's
it's I
quality
don't
over
know the way
quantity
I've
sort
got
of
it.
thing. You make
It's
one
like
really
it's
strong core thing, and build with that.
yeah.
That makes sense.
The idea was like I want it to all feel like it's one process, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
but there was a version of this where it's like maybe I have like the pull grapple hook and for like one item. I have the swing grapple hook for another. The other one I could have like a button that activates like a jetpack, or it
Okay.
could be like an umbrella that like gives you a slow fall and stuff like that. These were all
That could be like
ideas I had.
loadout stuff too. Like you pick
Yeah,
your loadout going into a level. You either get the
yeah,
little jetpack boost, or you get the slow fall, or you get the you have to pick.
yeah. Ultimately, I just was like, I don't know if this is the game I want to make. I think I want something much tighter.
Yeah.
But it's because I wanted a very intentionally designed
Yeah.
level.
The escalation is the level design, not the power ups. Sort of
Yeah,
thing. That
yeah,
makes sense.
and I think probably a little bit of both I could see happening.
Yeah.
Where like you get the double jump, you get the this. But for the most part, yeah, it'll be like okay, now here's like a moving block that you have to grab onto,
Right.
and here's you know, like a giant like electrified box that you can't
Yeah.
hit, stuff like that.
Was
You
it
get it.
was it
You
Twilight Princess that you had the dual grapple hook in Zelda?
Was that Twilight Princess? I never played Twilight Princess. That one was Wii, right? So I
Yeah,
could
it was
see
either
it.
Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. I don't remember. It was one of the Wii ones. But yeah, you had the dual, so you could like grapple to the top, and then you could use your other hand to grapple outwards.
I think I remember this. Uh, I think it was Skyward Sword
Okay.
because Skyward Sword that was like intentionally made for the Wii.
Right, right.
Well, I love Zelda, man. I gotta go play Twilight Princess though.
Yeah, I've tried to figure out what a Zelda assignment would be, and I haven't. I've got a long list of assignments. I don't think I've figured out a Zelda one yet, just because we've both experienced them.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll manage it. Uh,
The only
okay.
thought I had that I don't think will be, so I'm fine spoiling, is I do have this box set of the some of the Zelda manga, which could be fun.
Could be fun. Uh, Yeah, we read a bit of the Pokemon manga for our club a
Yeah.
bit ago. That was fun. It's a
Yeah.
good time. Uh, okay. So I want to tell a quick story.
Yeah.
Which is that I picked this game development for a reason for January because last year my New Year's resolution was to make a game and I didn't.
Okay.
I this was my first full year at a full-time job. No like in between jobs, no anything of that. And
Uh-huh.
I have this past in professional game development that I didn't really want to die out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am. It's like by the end of this year, no matter what, it's like it could be as simple as uh like a ROM hack or like something whatever. But I gotta make something. And I didn't. And I take New Year's resolutions pretty seriously. It was the first year in like years that I wasn't able to do the thing I set out to do. And so I'm like, okay, this year, uh, I will have to do something
Yeah.
because uh, I have Dalton here to keep me accountable.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
this old podcast, right? It's us
yeah,
force tricking our brains to actually do the things that we want to do.
yeah, because I found that game development professionally probably isn't the route I want to go down, mostly because the game development as a career path and as an industry just sucks so hard.
Yeah.
You heard it here last. It's been said so many times. Uh,
Yeah. You need
but
a little
doing it
more
as a
stability in your
hobby,
life than that.
yeah, yeah, just it'd be nice to have a medical degree and not 100 hours, 60 unpaid. Uh, but what am I gonna do? Uh, the had it's I still need to cultivate it as something I'm comfortable doing as a hobby, you know.
Yeah.
And this helped me do it. I really do think I'm gonna move forward with this at least like for
I love
just like
that.
a 1 hour game that gets released on itch.io. Like who knows? Like
Yeah.
just to do it. And I'm excited to play this one you made, man. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
it's
really
it's
I
a
also
it's
watch a
another
lot
long
of
time
Pokemon.
coming thing.
I also watch a
One more
lot of
time.
Pokemon content, like on YouTube
Yeah.
playthroughs and things. I have for years and years since it was a thing
Hmm.
on YouTube. um,
Yeah.
so I was like, I also kind of just want content of us playing some Pokemon because I do just like
Yeah.
that.
In a sense, you've made a Pokemon content happen here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Uh,
I
so that's
backdoored
what we
our
have
way
to
into more
do.
Pokemon assignments.
That's what we have to do for this Zelda one. Is we have to go make a Zelda game.
There
Make
we
the other
go.
person play it. Uh, anything you want to say on game development in general? Chris, it's been a few years for you, right?
Yeah, so I had done some in high school, very, very basic game dev. We actually had in our high school, you had an AP computer science class, which actually I took freshman year of high school, so that opened some of the further ones. And then we had a game dev sort of class that you could take after that. And I actually ended up
Hmm.
taking that twice in high school. So I had some experience, but it's, high school level game dev. It's not like
Yeah.
it's anything too much. And then I had taken one class in college, but it was mainly because it was an easy credit.
Hmm.
um, I got
Yeah.
almost 100% in that game dev class. The only grades I got off was for my design doc because I was overzealous, but I still met every part of it with ease. It's like I was overzealous because this is like game dev 101 and I'm taking, graduate level courses other than this. So,
That's so funny. So you got points off when you turned in your game doc, your
yeah.
design doc early in the semester because they're like, you're not going to be able to do all this.
Yeah.
And then later you did all of it. Did you
Yeah.
tell the teacher, hey, since I did all of this, can I get this
I
changed?
didn't care. I still had an A.
I would have. I would have. I've absolutely been the student who's like, please change my grade. And none of the teachers were thrilled about it, but I did get grades changed.
Yep.
So there you
I mean,
go.
I've been there too. Don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't have changed anything like GPA wise, so where it mattered.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do as far as like creation of art. I was talking to my friend, our mutual friend Carlos, who like his artistic expression is like incredibly in-depth, complicated, like progressive rock. That like, and he wants to record like drums perfectly and all of this, and we are just like, man, I wish the thing I cared about was like being a singer songwriter in like a coffee bar, in like a coffee shop,
Yeah.
because that's like, once you have the idea, it's a lot easier to execute than the shit we do.
Yeah.
uh so that's like, that's one aspect of game development I just constantly think about. It's like, any game you play took a long fucking time to make,
Yeah. Even
you
the bad
know,
ones.
even the bad ones. And it's just like, oof. It's like this. It's all I gotta say, man. It's like, try painting first. It's like, it
There's
may
not
be a
much money
little
in
bit.
that either. If we're going
Yeah,
for
not
money,
much money
but
in that either.
there's
Hey,
not
if
much
you're
money
looking
in
for
art.
money, stay out of the arts. That's
Yeah.
that's the first thing.
Don't
Uh,
be creative if you want money.
yeah, if you want to survive in this world, don't be creative, and don't
Yeah.
have ADD.
But
Uh,
I guess you just got to get AI to make the art for you, right? That's
yeah,
not
exactly.
like
That's what
do
AI
the
is for.
right, not do the uncreative stuff that you don't want to do. Take away the creative stuff that people that want to do art want to do.
I was so pro AI before AI actually happened, because I was
Yeah.
like, guys, when AI comes, all the boring shit, we won't have
Yeah.
to do it anymore.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
please do my laundry for me. Like,
yeah,
absolutely, I'd buy a robot to clean my house.
they're
Do I want a
doing
robot to paint for me? No.
they're it's so psychotic.
And that's not even counting the like plagiarism side of it. That's not even something I would need to talk about. Like that's well tried. Why am I blurry? There we go.
Yeah.
That's not even talking about the plagiarism side. That's like if it was still not plagiarized, I still wouldn't want AI doing art. Let people
Yeah.
that want to do art do art.
Yeah. It's insane. Well, it's, I feel like AI games, like Google's got something for it,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be a while before that actually happens. So maybe that's the one thing, is
Yeah.
like, hey, if you're an artist, like a digital artist, AI may not be able to take a game from you. There's a lot of
Yeah.
levels to this shit.
Yeah, it's
So there you go.
at the core AI. It's not AI, right? It's not truly AI. It's just complicated machine learning and searching and things like that. There's no actual
Yeah.
intelligence there. So
Yes.
if there's no
Take
intelligence,
it
there's
from
not a
two
heart to it.
programmers.
Right.
It's programmed guesswork. There's no
Right.
smartness. Yeah.
No, and it does a very good job at that, but there's not heart to it. It's not intelligent, it's not thinking, it's not caring. There's not heart to
Hmm.
it. And that's why it doesn't work for art, whether that's games, whether that's music, whether that's just like visual art, is any art that it truly makes you feel something. It's because someone put the care to make you feel a way, right? Art is meant to make you feel some way, and AI doesn't have feelings. Or what we're labeling AI doesn't have feelings. True AI would, right? But that's a separate concept. But what we're calling AI now doesn't have heart to it. You're not going to be able to inject care into this art or this music, this video game, and that just makes it surface level. And that's
Yeah. Absolutely. It's surface level. If all you're looking for is surface level, that's what AI is for.
right.
But that surface level stuff is how a lot of artists got paid back in the day, you know?
Oh, for sure.
I've got friends who did like art for advertising,
Right.
and then now that's just not really something they can go back to.
Yeah.
Because it's all like simple
Yeah, you're
motion
you're taking
graphics
away an
is
already exploited group of people. This jobs.
insane. Insane. When actually, like, AI could probably do just as good a job making team decisions and like doing
Yeah.
middle management shit.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
how does that feel to hear? middle manager listening to this podcast. I don't know who that is.
I
uh,
might technically be a middle manager. I don't
there you
know.
go. Take that, Dalton. Uh, all right. Uh, yeah. So, all that taken into consideration, let's talk grades.
Yeah, I think game dev is going to be a hard one to grade. I think we should try to figure out some sort of scope, like how we scoped ice skating, because I think it'd be hard to grade ice skating as a concept. It was easy to grade ice skating as a holiday activity.
Let's say this is our experience. Let's say game development for how it felt to do. Because this is more about like as a creative avenue for ourselves, right?
Right.
Not because we're not rating games in general, how they feel to play, or the game industry. We're talking about the development of it, which you and I
We're
both
also not
experienced
like
here.
we're not also grading like spending years to build out a game that you really care about and things like that. we're
Yeah,
we're grading
yeah,
essentially a game jam to an
yeah,
extent.
yeah.
Um,
Which, not to take anything from game jams, it's a simple idea executed in a simple space. That's fine. There's
no, it's
nothing.
it's yeah, it's purposely contained as a game. That's what a game jam is. You're
Yeah,
purposely adding restrictions to, you know, timing and things, and that's kind of what
yeah.
we did here. So how
Hmm.
could we label that to get like a concrete thing to grade?
Uh, I'm gonna say like satisfaction, like how much satisfaction you got out of doing what you did. Like, do you feel
Okay.
like you got uh like just time wise maybe?
Okay.
Do you feel like you got what you wanted out of the time you put in? Is
I
that
think
a good?
yes and no. I think that's a hard thing to ask people with ADHD who we
Yeah,
don't get the dopamine hit of completing a
that's
task.
true. That's true.
um, my satisfaction level is always on the floor.
Always,
Um,
the answer is lower than anyone else's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, that's why like I don't think I have a letter grade, and that's why I think it'll be more of a conversation um, to land on one for me. But I think I enjoyed it. I think it was fun to continue off that story that we had from what 10 years ago. Um, I like doing the art side of some of the sprite work. I would like it to be cleaner than it was, but that's a separate. I mean, that's just getting a minimum product. Um, but at the end of the day, it also just kind of felt like work to an extent.
Hmm.
um,
There's
so
a lot of, I think that there's a lot of game dev that has to happen uh to get something on the screen. That's the
right,
thing. Uh I don't know. I think this isn't an A for me. I think this is a high B.
uh,
Just because I think it's just a very difficult field to traverse,
right.
right? Uh let's be clear. I love doing it. Like
Right.
that's not
That's
like
why I'm
it
saying
may
like
be
I don't know
weird.
how to grade this thing.
Yeah, okay. Uh we'll land on something. Let's keep thinking.
Yeah, I just think
Uh
we got to figure out the box that we're putting it in. Um,
yeah.
like ice skating as a concept was probably a B or something, right? Ice skating as a holiday tradition was an A. I think we can figure out something like that
I
for
feel like
game
just like
dev.
how did it feel?
I don't know how to put that. That's not a box that I can easily describe. Maybe that's
Okay.
something I need to talk to a therapist about.
No,
Um,
no. That's fair. I'm no
um,
therapist. Don't work on that with me. I'll give you bad advice. Uh hmm.
so,
We
I mean,
could
it
say
doesn't necessarily
ungraded.
matter. I would think we should get a grade. We should get a grade. If we're
Yeah.
saying B plus, how does it compare to Stranger Things season 5 part 3?
Better. Better. Way better actually.
Yeah. That's
This could be
probably
a
too high of a grade.
90. This could be a
That's probably
90,
too
like
high
a
of a
9
grade.
out of 10.
How does
Yes,
it
I
compare
think
to
definitely.
Unite Competitive Pokemon Worlds 2025? That's also a B plus.
I think better.
Okay.
Uh,
How does it compare to Video Game High School? That's an A minus.
I mean, it's higher for me, so maybe it's an A minus.
How does it compare to House?
This is, I don't know. This is so hard, actually.
Yeah.
Like now that we're breaking down, it's like I don't know. It's like Tommy, that creative, like drive you have that you based an entire career off of Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
How do you think that's better than House? See, maybe, probably, but also not sure because I can
Yeah.
concretely say how I feel about House, and I have a
Yeah.
lot of things to say about game development.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
like doing some of the fun stuff. That was great. Doing this like this doesn't work and how do I get this or what I need four tools to make a the sprite change because I need Hex Maniac to do the main big sprites, but the walking sprites I need this other one, and I also need this one to update the palettes, and then I need to combine
yeah,
those all together into the same thing. Is that
yeah.
fun? I don't know.
That lighting in Unreal Engine is just so
Yeah.
unintuitive and like it took me like 3 days just to figure out how to get a box to move in Unreal Engine
Yeah.
4 because like they just had like a box ticked that they don't tell you about
Yeah.
and none of the documentation assumes that someone may not know that box is
Yeah.
ticked.
So how do you weigh
Uh
that with the other stuff and then grade it counter to a piece of media?
I so the real answer is you shouldn't.
No, yeah,
The
correct.
disappointing
But
one
that's
is
not what
we
this is
have to.
about. Yeah.
Let's say A minus. I liked House a lot. But you were it didn't do for you what it did for me. I'm gonna say it's between Unite and House. Just
Oh.
if you're having trouble
Do we
capturing
want
it,
A minus or a B plus?
I think A minus. Like now that
Okay.
I've thought more about it.
Let's say the lowest A minus.
The lowest A minus, perfect.
All right.
Regrading will happen in a bit,
Yep.
as they'll always say. I feel like
Yeah.
every time we grade this and we're like, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out for real later. This is where it's at right now. We
Yeah.
conclusively say A minus, and then we're gonna take the report card back to the teacher
Yeah.
at the end of the school year. So
Yeah. That'll be our 1 year anniversary episode. We'll have to figure out how
mhm.
we want to do that. I kind of want to like force us like put 20 minutes on the clock and we have to have it figured out by the end of that. Like I
Yeah,
kind
I
of want
like
to
that.
force that like time of like all right, you have to argue for the ones you care about most, I have to argue about the ones I care about. And-
I love that. I love that. Let's do it. Okay. How many things do we have above A, and how many things do we have not in A?
we have so a total of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 items graded.
Okay.
um 5 of those are not A's.
Hmm.
One
Great.
of those is not a B. Actually,
Ooh.
uh 3 are not B pluses. So
Yeah. What you gonna do? We like things. What do you want? Uh,
yeah.
well,
So we
uh,
figure out our next things we're gonna grade.
I think so. So you go first, right, Dalton?
Yeah, I'll go first. So we are coming up on Valentine's Day. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
figure something out that something that we both love. And I think that is Dragon Ball, right?
Sure.
It's a property close to both of our hearts. But as we've talked about, I think we've ate a lot of dessert. And I think we have to eat our vegetables. So I want us to watch Dragon Ball Evolutions,
Okay.
the American movie.
Oh boy. I cannot wait.
I am not
Oh my
sure if
God.
this is one that I'm going to absolutely hate or if I'm going to love to hate. Time will tell.
I I can't wait. I can't wait. I love a hate watch so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Also gonna make it
But yeah,
impossible to grade, but
it's, yeah, I mean we'll have to decide, like maybe it's a grade for the experience of watching it and for what the movie is. You
Yeah.
know, maybe those are the two.
Maybe it's two grades. Maybe it's it as a movie and it as a hate watch. Maybe that's two
Yeah.
grades. We'll have to see.
That's,
Uh,
hey, honestly, not bad.
I do have a
Okay.
follow up. I want us after we
Mhm.
talk about it. I want us to do a bonus episode on Battle of the Gods. So the first movie that led into Super. That was kind of
Okay.
because my understanding is Toriyama did not like this movie so much that he kind of unretired.
Wow. That's awesome.
And maybe that's a like schoolyard story and not something real, but regardless.
You think that was intentional? Like they were like, we're gonna make this guy come out of retirement. So we're gonna
I
spend
don't know.
millions of
I
dollars.
guess we'll see. We'll have to see. I know enough about it, but I don't know. I haven't experienced it, so I guess we'll see.
Okay, and so we shall. Uh, so ready for it. Well, hey Dalton,
Yes, sir.
uh, how much do you follow the Oscars?
Enough
Enough. Okay. What does enough mean?
means I don't watch the show. I try to sometimes watch some of the winners. I don't
Mhm.
prepare prior generally.
Well, today we're preparing prior generally,
Yep.
because my assignment to you is Oscar movies. Uh,
Yeah.
I want us to watch at least three movies nominated for Best Picture.
Okay.
Those are One Battle After Another, Sinners,
Okay.
and third bonus choice for you on that list.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
have
watch
watched
more.
Sinners.
Hmm. Yeah, I figured you might have watched Sinners. Kind of everyone watched Sinners. It was one of the movies of the summer.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna watch more. I'm gonna watch all of the ones nominated for Best Director, which is five total. Uh, so that's like Hamnet and like
Okay.
one other one, two other ones, and it's like
I was going to watch Marty Supreme anyways. I think both
perfect.
Marty Supreme and Frankenstein might have been on our list to watch.
Hmm.
Because the way
Yeah,
Lindsay and I watch media is I kind of keep a list of shows and movies, and when it's like, okay, we can probably watch a movie today, I roll a dice, and then whatever it lands on is the movie we do.
that's so fun. That's so fun.
um, but we
Yeah,
can push some to the top for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna be watching as many as I can. I joke with my friends that I watch no movies all year, and then I watch so many movies once Oscar nominations come out.
Yeah.
And that's true this time. I've only of all This is the least I've done in a while. I've only watched Sinners out of all the nominations. So yeah, there's gonna be a good amount of watching for both of us.
Cool.
And with that, I think I hear that bell.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
about.
do we have a proper sign out yet, or do we just kind of mumble until we cut it off?
I think we just kind of hear the bell and then we say something, and then
Okay.
I generally salute.
All right. And so I think now it's time for you to salute. See you guys later. Class dismissed. Maybe. Maybe we run with
Maybe.
that. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.